Hello, everyone. Welcome to Background Noise with Philia. Background Noise is a show, a podcast. I don't know. And I call it background noise because I love hearing people talk and hearing their voices on the background of just me washing dishes, me in the shower, honestly, me falling asleep. So I'm calling this background noise. So if you need a quick video or a nice video to put on while you're doing your chores, you're running errands, you need AirPods in the grocery store, you're taking a shit, you need a shower, make your bed, any activity, put on background noise with Philia. And background noise, we're going to be talking about all of TV shows, maybe movies. I don't know about movies, y'all. And it's just going to be me sitting here talking to you guys. I was going to be like an editor. I was trying to get into my friendly space ninja bag, but I can't open that bag right now. We can't open that bag right now. So we're just here. We're we're here. So we're just gonna talk face to face, I'm gonna get in my I'm gonna hop in my editing bag, you know, later. I hope. Yeah, okay. So this is basically just going to be me talking about TV shows because I love talking about TV shows and I love TV and I know other people love TV too. So this is a chance for us to just reach out and connect and share our opinions on the craziest things and just have fun. So right now we're going to be diving into Barry on HBO Max. I have my phone right here. I wrote notes because I really wanted to cover everything and not like miss out on things. So, an overview on Barry. So Barry has the weirdest premise that works. And I just think it goes to show that like you can make anything into a TV show, and that's honestly great and inspiring because it's like he is a hitman who falls in love with the theater, if that makes sense. So basically, Barry, he served time in the army. Then when he got out, his longtime friend Fuchs, a family friend Fuchs, he was kind of mentored him in a way and got Barry into this like murder for hire business. And yeah, and it's kind of like when you like say that premise out loud, you're like, I don't really know how this is gonna work, but it strangely does. So I'm just gonna give like a brief overview of like episode 1 and where he goes. So basically, Barry's just kind of moving through life, not really knowing his purpose and stuff. Then he gets another job to take out this one guy, Ryan, by the Chechen mob or mafia. I don't know like the official name for them, but yeah. So he gets hired to take out Ryan. So when he's following Ryan, he follows Ryan all the way to this improv or acting class taught by Gene Cousineau. And something in him clicks. He feels something. And that's where it kind of starts. He wants to like, hey, I don't want to be a hitman anymore. And I just think I like Barry, but sometimes he says stuff like you can't just be like, oh, I don't want to be a hitman anymore. Like, there's a lot of stuff going, So he's like, oh, I don't want to be a hitman anymore. And his mentor, or not his mentor, Fuchs is just like, you're gonna have to do it. And he's like I have like the mob after me, like you're gonna have to do this. So even though him and Ryan bond, which I think it shows a lot of Barry's personality and what he's willing to do, because even when him and Ryan form a bond, he's still willing to kill Ryan to wipe the slate clean. And that's interesting. And that's interesting. So then I'm just going to go to a brief overview of all of the characters and like their storylines and what storylines that I like and what I didn't like. So we're going to talk about Barry. You know what? I'm going to save Barry for last. We can't talk about him first. We're going to talk about NoHo Hank, who is honestly, Anthony Carrigan steals this show and steals every scene that he's in because he is just brilliant and amazing. And like, even in his serious moments in like season 2, episode 1, he was just amazing. He was amazing. Like, every scene he's in, he steals. Some of my favorite scenes is when, he's on the roof trying to murder Barry, or, oh, spoiler alert, by the way. Yeah. Okay, when he's on the roof trying to murder Barry, or like when he's in the when Barry's training his guys in the desert, when Barry's training his guy in the desert, and he has like the sunscreen over his nose and the hat and all white. He looks like a suburban mom, and then, or just it's so amazing. And then, or just honestly, any scene that he's in, it's amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. And I really love his storyline, because you wouldn't think that he's like this leader of the mob, the Chechen mob, but like when you understand, because when he's scary, and I think he just doesn't let it show. And I wonder what is in store for him, because I want him to have a long, healthy life. I really, really do. And I want him to have a happy ending. But it's just the business that he's mixed up in, and like I don't know where that's gonna go with him. So let's talk about Gene. Gene is gonna be the acting teacher who's kind of like Barry's mentor, and I love Gene. He is so funny. Like, the scenes with him, oh my god, I just like perped or whatever. The scene with like him and Barry, or like I remember when he's trying to get Barry ready for his acting audition, and he was like serious. He's like, whose cock did you have to suck in another life? It's just, the way he delivers his lines is actually phenomenal. And I really love the serious moment. I really love the serious moments between him and Barry, when Barry asked him like, am I a monster, stuff, and he just has a really, really good response to it. And I just wonder where him and Barry's relationship is going to go in season 3. I'm gonna save my season 3 predictions for like the end of the video. I'm gonna save my season 3 predictions for like the end of the video. So I'm just trying to go into like the characters now. Gene. I don't know, but like. Gene is a good character. And then let's go on to Sally. So the streets hate Sally, and I actually love Sally. I think Sally's flawed. She's human, and when she got jealous of Barry when he got that audition, was that a little bit in poor taste? Or even when she went to audition and her friend was acting with her, she kind of botched that too. She kind of has, I don't know, it's hard to see. I feel like Sally feels like it's hard to see other people succeed around her. She kind of feels entitled a little bit to have what she wants. And I'm just talking about like the acting side of it, because she's been through a lot with her ex-husband and everything, which that was kind of heartbreaking, because that really, really hit me when that scene where she's at the coffee shop and she's all like, how are your kids? And she's talking to him like nothing ever happened. That was interesting, because it really shows like how she feels and where most of her like problems stem from. Also, her and Barry, I think they're cute together. I don't know how long it's gonna last, because Barry's a murderer. So I don't know if they're gonna ride off into the sunset. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So Fuchs. Fuchs is going to be someone who I think is going to be here for a long time to annoy us. Every single time I wish Fuchs dies. But okay, let me stop. Let me get on some positives for Fuchs. Fuchs Fuchs really cares for Barry. He really cares for Barry. Which is I don't know, it's kind of weird because if like you care for him, why would you want him to be a hitman for you? There's so many layers to all of this because there's just so many layers. There's so many layers because he really cares for Barry, but he keeps putting Barry in this position and he keeps ignoring Barry's wishes when Barry's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and it's all for his self-interest. And it's weird because I don't know if they're going to bring this up in season 3, but is Fuchs a murderer? Because I don't think Fuchs is a murderer because he tried to kill Jean and he couldn't even do that. So it's weird. It's weird. So back to, I said the good stuff, right? That he cares for Barry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then the things that I don't like about him is obviously the positions that he puts Barry in. I think Fuchs is going to be around for a minute. I don't know how long Barry's going to go. I feel like Barry is going to probably have a couple more seasons in it. I haven't been paying attention because I just recently watched the show. So I think he's going to be there for the whole run. And it's just like Fuchs. Fuchs is going to be that annoying character that just never dies and gets away all the time. He's going to be Arturo from Money Heist. That's who he's going to be. They have the same vibe. Like the fact that he was willing, are we not going to talk about the fact that he was willing to murder a child? He wanted Barry to murder a child. Good thing she wasn't of this world. Good thing she wasn't human. I wonder what they're going to do with that child because that child saw Barry's face. So, oh wait. I don't, that episode, I'm going to talk about at the end of the video some of my favorite scenes or some of my favorite episodes. Oh my God, that episode, season 2, episode 5 was literally amazing. It was hilarious when freaking Lily bit his face and then she was in the front of the car and Fuchs was just like, what are you? Or when Barry's like, I don't think she's of this world. That was hilarious. Also, yeah, so Fuchs is going to be annoying and he's just there to annoy us all. He's just there to annoy us all. So then we're going to get to Barry. So I'm so conflicted about Barry because like Bill Hader plays him really well because we all like Barry. That's the thing. We all like him and we don't want anything bad to happen to him. But also like he's fucking, you know, he has a screw loose and it's to the point where you can't blame anyone for his screw being loose because it is like, I understand, like, obviously, you know, you go to war, shit happens there, but then you come back and you, like, just kill people, you know? Barry's morality really comes into question because in the beginning of the, like, I think season 1, he's all like, we only kill bad guys, but, like, what really makes a bad guy? You know, because Ryan was just sleeping with Goran's wife. That's the only bad thing he did. You know, and Barry was still willing to kill him to move on. So what does that say? So what does that even say for Barry? Also, the detective, Janice was a good person. The thing about Janice is she was a cop just doing her job. She didn't do anything dirty. She didn't do anything shady. She was just a cop doing her job. And Barry still chose to kill her to protect himself. You get that. And then I think the biggest example of this is when he killed his Chris. Like, Chris had a wife, had a kid, didn't really want to be in any of this. And like, and you see Barry try to blame Chris. Yeah, Chris was a little hysterical, you know, because he's like, oh my God, I shot someone like this. What do we do? And you see him being a little hysterical, but it's kind of like, it still wasn't his fault, if that makes sense. Because Barry in that scene, he was all like, you can tell, you can see, honestly, Bill Hader is an amazing actor because you can tell, like, the moment Barry switches and it's like, man, like, I'm gonna have to fucking kill Chris. And, like, and he's like, I told you to get out of the car. Even still, like, it's still murder, if that makes sense, you know? Barry's morality is really, really, really off. So he kills Chris, goes through emotional turmoil, like, as one would do, but then he still goes on, if that makes sense. And then also, that whole massacre in season 2, episode 8, was, like, come on, Barry. Like, when Barry shot the guy who he trained, who was the best one of the guys on Hank's side, he literally dropped his guard and Barry, like, stared. He couldn't even see. Like, it's like Barry was seeing red. He killed all of those people just because he was mad at Fuchs. And I'm gonna be honest, those people aren't innocent. You know, they're in the mob. They've probably done some horrible things, but, like, Barry just saw boom, boom, target, and that's not okay. And he still missed Fuchs, but he killed like 30 people in the meantime with this gun. Like, and I really love how they show, like, Barry, you would think Barry's not intimidating, but, like, you can know there's just a few things that he does to know that he was, like, skilled in the military. Like, in the first episode when he was like, don't shoot me, guys, don't shoot me, and he just took 3 guys. When he just took 3 guys head on, like, boom, boom, and, like, his aim was perfect. He missed NoHo Hank, but I'm glad he did. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know what. Honestly, this is my first video. I don't know what personality I'm trying to put on. Yeah, I'm glad he did. Ew. Who the fuck talks like that? Oh my god. And if this is background noise, don't you want it? Shouldn't it be calmer? Should I talk like this? So then at the end, Barry was, do I even talk like that? I think, okay, this is like my normal voice. I'm just talking a little bit louder because we'll figure it out, guys, you know. We'll figure it out. So then, predictions for season 3. Oh, wait, I'm going to talk about my favorite scenes of Barry. So, one of my favorite scenes was when that whole I love you scene between him and Sally. That was amazing. Obviously, when he killed Chris, that was a huge moment. Or when, and even after that, when he was like, my lord, the queen is dead. And Sally. I'm sorry. I'm going to single out Sally. Amazing actress. Amazing. She literally does what she needs to do. That whole monologue she did in season 2 was amazing. Her ability, like, amazing. She does such a great job. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, everybody, like, obviously everybody does a great job, but I'm gonna single her out specifically. Her name is Sarah Goldberg. Amazing job. Everybody does an amazing job, but, like, man, she really has the ability to make you, like, in that scene, you know. She's an actress playing an actress acting, and it's like there's so many layers to that she nails so good. And I could talk about the acting class, and the acting class is good too. I think the acting class is obviously necessary because you just can't have a sea of because you can't have an acting class without, like, actors in it. So I really like the acting class. They bring a lot. I wish they were utilized a little bit more, but they don't need to be, if that makes sense. Like, I really like, because I know I love Darcy Carden. I love her. I love Kirby. I love Darrell. Like, I I love those actresses, actress and actors, or those actors so much that I wish they would get a little bit more screen time. But also, it's like, what would they do, if that makes sense? Um, Shout out to The Good Place. Both of these two, Darcy and Kirby, were on The Good Place. Ugh, Good Place. I cried at that ending. Okay, let's not go to The Good Place. Let's go here. But yeah, I really wished that they were utilized a little bit more. But obviously, like, when Barry's in acting class, they'll be there, and then when he's not, they're not gonna be, So I think that's kind of like a not big of a I think that's kind of an impossible ask. Yeah. So, but I really like them. They're great. Also, season 2, episode 5, that whole episode is amazing. Any scene NoHo Hanks in is amazing. That, even though it was really, really bad, that whole ending massacre scene and when Barry walks into the darkness, I think that was just amazing. And Fuchs got away because he was like, Barry's mentor. Oh my God. Okay. So then we're going to talk about season 3 predictions. So Fuchs told Jean that Barry Berkman did this. And here's the thing. I don't know if I haven't seen any spoilers or any interviews discussing season 3, so that's something I don't know. So this is just coming off from my own head. I think that Jean probably may not believe Fuchs. I think that because I don't know how you would start season 3 when Jean just confronts Barry, or Jean could probably confront Barry, and Barry could like deny it adamantly, or like if he can come up with a really good lie on the spot, that'll be something. But I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna play it. The big mob. Also, like, the big mob guy is in the U.S. and we meet him at the end of season 2, episode 8, and wonder how what Hank's gonna do, how he's gonna play it off. Like, there's just so many unanswered questions. But the big unanswered question is the Jean and Barry relationship, because I think Fuchs was getting really jealous that Barry was going to Jean for everything instead of him. And I think Fuchs is so selfish that he wants to be the only one. He wants to be the only one who like mentors Barry and stuff. And I think it was also he wanted Barry to all to himself to like kill people. So he needed to get Jean out of the way. So it was kind of selfish, but even in the end, like, Fuchs couldn't do it. So I wonder what drives someone to make them like get a childhood friend, because he probably knew Barry since he was a kid, I believe so, to make him want to murder people when he can't even murder himself. Like, he can't even pull the trigger himself, if that makes sense. Like, he runs away from like a fight. So I wonder, like, how does that work? I want a background on Fuchs, low key. I want to know what made him like do this. Because that would be interesting. That would be so interesting. So maybe a couple flashbacks. That'll be great. Also, we ended off with Sally when she lied on stage, basically, and did the first scene that she wrote where she stood up to her ex-husband, and she just got scared, and she didn't. I understand Sally. Like, some of y'all really, really hate her, but I don't. Like, it's so weird how complex women are hated. I don't want to get into that, but it's just like Barry kills people. Like I've seen some in some of the comment sections that y'all really don't like Sally, but Barry kills people. And not just bad people, he kills good people too. And I think, and honestly, I don't know if this is a bold statement. This is a bold statement. Boop boop. 3, 2, 1. I think Barry. I came into that so confidently. Now I lost my train of thought. I think Barry would have went so crazy on Sally. That moment she hit him in the wings, something changed within him. He was angry, and I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't past him to do a Joe Goldberg. Honestly, low key, Joe Goldberg and Barry are kind of like two sides of the same coin. If that makes, I don't know. The girls that get it. The girls that don't. They're kind of two sides of the same coin. Yeah, that thought is not fleshed out, but I'm just going to say that statement, and maybe some people will elaborate in the comments. So, yeah. So, season 3, I think that was all of my season 3 predictions. I think season 3 premieres April 24th, I believe. That's what I read. That's what I read. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. But yeah, it's going to premiere April 24th. I'm so excited. Shout out to Bill Hader. I know he didn't write all of this himself, but like he came up with it, and I think that was just so cool of him to do. And just the whole process of starting a new show and leading a new show, that must be a very like difficult and hard process that I low-key can't wrap my head around. It must have the writing process, and he directed multiple episodes too as well. That's great. Bill Hader, I need a job. Oh, okay. We're still gonna do this. Yeah. It was just a great show. It's just literally like a what if. What if a hitman falls in love with a theater? Like, that's great. So honestly, everybody tune in April 24th for Barry season 3. And enjoy. I hope you like this episode of Background Noise. This is going to be hopefully an ongoing thing. You know that TikTok that's like, oh, be delusional. Fuck what everybody else says. And I think her name is Kiara Lewis. I think. She's like, be delusional. Fuck what everybody else says. And you know what? I am going to be delusional. I am going to make this YouTube channel, and I am going to gain 10,000 subscribers in 2 weeks, I guess. I don't know. You know what? No. I'm going to stand in it. Yes. 10,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. That's what we're going to do. 10,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. And just wait, y'all. If I get into if I start editing out here, I'm going to be delusional. I've decided I'm going to be delusional. And that's what I'm going to do. So, guys, I really hope you guys like this episode of Background Noise. I have multiple topics on the docket ready to go. And just like Barry's a short show, so I couldn't really make this as long, but I watched like the Vampire Diaries and all that stuff, and that video is going to be a minute. Yeah, because it's just like multiple seasons, and I have a lot of thoughts. So yeah, I just have multiple things going on that I can't wait to talk to you guys about. And I really just honestly hope that you just play the video, you know? Play it in the background of whatever you're doing, because that's what I want that's what the ultimate goal is, you know, because I never sit down and like face to face watch a YouTube video intently unless I'm actually watching something. If I'm just listening to someone speak, I'll just put it on, put it in my AirPods, and just go about my day. And that's honestly has been one of the best feelings for me, especially too when I need to fall asleep. I'll just put a voice on, and it's actually really, really amazing. So I hope this soon becomes your background noise. Bye.